Hello and welcome back. Today we are going to be starting on the little boy's bedroom. We'll be painting the bed and the other thing I showed you that I'm going to put in there. And we'll be also constructing the mattress for it. I'm planning for next week's video to get on to dressing the bed, the little cover, pillow, whatever else we're going to have on there. And then start making I don't know, he's gonna need a dresser for sure, and maybe a toy box. I want to do that. I think a toy box will be really fun, and then fill it with little toys. I am really excited about this project, and I think for me, it's a good starting place because I have not done a lot with making miniature furniture in the past couple of years and that. So I think this is going to be a great start. And so yeah, if we're gonna do that, so let's get started on this, and I hope you enjoy the process. So I thought we would start by working on the little bed. It's going to need a new coat of paint. This one's been on there for quite a while and it's looking kind of dingy. I won't be painting the underside because it's not going to be seen. So I'm just using some Waverly White chalk paint on this and just gonna try to make it look a bit better than it does right now. So I like the Waverly chalk paint because it's only going to take me one coat to cover the bed since I, since it's previously been painted white, I just wanted it to look nicer. As I said, the old paint's been on there for quite a while, and I'm just trying to get around things here. I always hate painting spindles, and especially those little tiny ones on the headboard and footboard, because there's such a big risk of any runs and drips while you're doing it. So, yeah, I just saw a drip there that I didn't really want there. Other than that, I don't mind painting miniature furniture. I kind of find it relaxing, actually. I will be speeding the video up soon because you don't need to sit and watch me paint all the time. But I'm really excited about this project. I think it's going to be so much fun. I've got some little toys I bought here and there that are close to 1/12 scale that we'll be using. And yeah, he's going to have a room full of toys and other things. And I'm just really looking forward to it. I hope you guys are all doing good. We are in a heat wave that won't end, no rain. My poor flowers, I feel so bad for them. They're out there trying to survive in the heat. So I've been watering every day just to keep them going. My tiger lilies are about to bloom and they're one of my very favorite flowers, so I'm really excited about that. My echinacea is blooming. I've got gaillardia. I've got all kinds of flowers, and I'm working on one flower bed right now, and then I'll be doing the other side. I want to do them the same because they're on the front of my house, so I kind of want some symmetry there. Yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna in just a minute here go ahead and speed this up so you don't have to sit and watch me paint. And I'm up to that point where those little spindles are, and I just really do not like painting them. I thought about painting the whole bottom of that, but I'm like, nobody's gonna see it. I hope you all had a good 4th of July. I worked, so that's fine with me. I don't care because I don't really do much for the 4th anyway. Sit outside and watch neighbors shoot off fireworks. That's about it. So working was no big deal. Plus it was double pay, so you can't beat that. Now if you hear anything in the background, it's my fan, and the other one is Corky is talkative today. I was just on the phone with someone and Corky was talking. He's very loud. Alright, so we're just going to speed this up because you don't need to watch me paint. Just makes the video longer. And I know some people prefer shorter videos, so that's why I'm speeding it up. I think Corky's just saying hi to everybody. He's old and he's really sweet. One of my two big gray cats. I also chose not to paint the part where the mattress is going to go because it's just going to be glued in there so it doesn't come out once I get it all covered. So there, yeah, we're pretty much done painting the little bed and we'll be moving on. My chalk paint is getting old and it's getting thick, so I'm trying my hardest to use it up on whatever I can find to use it on. And I will go over any other chalk paint I do with a coat of clear wax. So let's move on to this thing. I still haven't figured out exactly what it was supposed to be. I did cut out the dowel rods that were in there, and then I just filled the sides with some lightweight spackle and sanded them down when they were done so the holes wouldn't be there. Yeah, I still don't know what this was supposed to be really, especially with those dowel rods. But they're no longer there, so we don't have to worry about that. And I'm just going to go ahead and give this a coat of white too at this time. I don't know if I'll be adding to it. I might. Or I might just leave it the way it is. Just white. And I'm painting everything including the underside because depending on where I position it in the dollhouse you might be able to see what's, you might be able to see underneath of it. I think it'd be kind of cute to have a toy or something peeking out from under there. That's where it ended up. How kids are. That's what's going to be so fun about this room, I think, is just trying to make it look like a little, toddler type kid does live there. So, it's paint boogers there, had to get rid of. I don't even know really what I'm going to use this for, but I had it and I thought, well, we'll just make it something in there. If you have any good ideas for what I can do with it. Yeah, I'm debating whether I might want to put a shelf in up there on the top and then have it like 2 shelves and then 2 drawers. Still don't know what you'd call it. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just applying the paint, trying to get a good even coat because then I won't have to do it again. And that is the one nice thing about the chalk paints. And I also sped this one up simply because and just like the bed, I will go ahead and put a coat of the clear wax on there because I really cannot stand touching chalk paint. I don't like touching dry surfaces. That's why sanding and I don't like the sand. I just don't like that dry feeling on my hands. I know we don't have much room in the little boy's room because it is a small attic room, and so I'm trying not to use anything too big so I want quite a bit of stuff in there for him. And so I'm trying to use smaller pieces of furniture, and when I make a dresser, I will be making that smaller, or wardrobe, or whatever I choose. And the toy box, of course, it'll also be scaled so that it fits into the room. I mean, it'll be 1/12 scale, but yeah, It will be, if need be, to fit it in, I will make it a little smaller than your average toy box. So now I'm just painting the front of the drawers. I haven't decided if I'm going to try to find something to put on them, just so it's not pure white all over. I will get that figured out, and we'll see when we get that far. I'm just getting the sides of the drawers there because they will show, and they might show. So just want to make sure I get everything that might show covered up with paint. And so here we are, we're going to cover the mattress now, and I've chosen a dark blue fabric because the fabric I've chosen for the comforter has got some blue in it. It's a lighter blue, but I'm still going to go ahead and use this dark blue because I don't have a lighter solid blue color in my fabrics. So you'll see that I have some marks on there, and that is because I was originally going to fold the corners in first, like I used to do when I was covering books, when I was making journals, and that worked out really well for them, but as you'll see, I decided not to do that. See, I would be pulling it up, and what I wanted was for the corner to be exactly where it needs to be, so that's why I marked out the lines on it, so I could line the tip of the corner up with the lines. And to get the lines, I just measured from corner to corner one way, and then I did it the other way, and that would have given me those lines had I done it that way. So then I would just apply the glue right in the middle. If you're ever looking to make find the center of a square or a rectangle, this is the way to do it, because where they cross right in the middle, that is the middle of your piece you're working on. So, and it does help in miniature upholstery sometimes, depending on what you're going to do. But I decided not to do the corner thing. So, excuse the glue bottle here. I should have had it on its side and I didn't. So here's where I'm thinking about it. Do I want to do the corners? And I decide no, so I'm just going to dot some glue along the side and in a ways on the mattress base. And then I'm just going to pull it over the corners, making sure that I try to get it halfway even. This fabric frays really bad, and you'll be seeing me cut off some of those frayed pieces. They won't show, but it's just a hassle when you're trying to glue and trying to work with it to have those in your way. I find it better to cut them off after I have the piece glued though, because otherwise, with me anyway, I run the risk of snipping the fabric at times. So I'm just going to do that, and then I'm going to run I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And when I do that side, I'm going to pull it just a little bit, because I kind of want the mattress to have a rounded look. And I think it's because of the sponge on this one that I used. I didn't quite get the look I was going for, but I didn't want it to just look like a straight rectangle either. So I'm just pulling it a little. I'm just making sure it's all tight. And I decided to do the ends, wrapping them like you would a Christmas present. It's an easy and pretty effectual way to do everything. So that's what I'm doing there. Checking it to see how the corners are going to look. And then I'm going to apply glue inside, because I want to make sure that I have the fabric nice and tight in there and right where it should be, so I have the best fold possible. So that's what we're doing. There's another one of those pieces, and that one I'm cutting down right now because it was just too long, and I'm also trimming out a couple other ones. So I'm just pushing it in again, making sure everything is laying nice and flat before I glue it. Making sure it's going to stick to the end of that mattress. So once that starts sticking a little bit and I have it like I want it to make a nice turn, I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on, and I'm going to fold that first flap up. And I could have folded the whole thing and glued it all at once, but I think that would have made it kind of lumpy and bumpy, or, you know, I just wanted it to look as nice as possible. And the corners on it are bothering me a little bit, but we'll live with it. It's not going to show. So then I'm just folding that other piece up, making sure I get it folded nicely and as tight to the mattress as I can, and then I'm just pushing that down also. Making sure that glue is going to hold, because I don't want it coming apart. So that's kind of how it's looking, and I'm going to start on the other side here. I'm sorry about that. The camera shut off. I think the battery was out. So it shut off as I was doing the other end, but this is our little mattress all put together. Corners are not exactly like I would like them, but they're going to be okay once it's on the bed. So let's just try it on the bed and see how it fits. And I think that looks pretty good. I left a little extra room around the mattress when I cut it for its size, so that I would have room to tuck in the bedding on it, like the bottom sheet. So I think it looks pretty good. What do you think? Should be a good place for him to sleep on. It's nice and soft. All right, well, in the next video, we will continue with the little boy's room. We will be making the bedding, which I'm really excited about because I like creating miniature fabric things. And we'll do some more with the little chair. I just need to put the second coat of paint and wax on it. We'll figure out exactly how we're going to use this. We may put a shelf in, possibly. So yeah, and then I'm not sure if we'll get to it in the next video, but I do believe we're going to need to make a wardrobe or a dresser for this little guy, because otherwise he's really not going to have too much of a place to put his clothes. We do also need a toy box. I definitely want a toy box because I want to cram it full of toys. So anyway, I want to thank you for joining me. I hope everyone has a great weekend. I'm kind of excited about this Friday time slot because I think it's going to work so much better for me. And I hope it also works for you. And if not, well, you got something to watch when you come back from the weekend. So yeah, have a great weekend. Everybody stay safe. Keep cool if you're like where we're at, where it's been in the 90s for over a week, and we've still got about a week to go of it, and no rain, so it's miserable here. Anyway, again, thank you very, very much, and I will see you soon. Bye.